Hey guys, it's Mo with Mujuk. Another Friday night, time for another YouTube video with your presenter, Mo. And before we get into today's list of 4 vocabularies, I have a quick message for our audience. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like all of our like all of our videos, not videos, and rewatch all of the videos on our YouTube channel, not because we want views, but because to truly make these vocabularies stick in your head, you must rewatch them constantly. Alright, so let's move right into our list of today's vocabularies. Number 1, we have overshoot. Number 2, we have archetype. Number 3, we have hawkish. And number 4, we have precede. So we have, once again, overshoot, archetype, hawkish, and precede. So let's get right into word number 1 of the day. We have overshoot. So first, let's separate the word into 2 segments. We have over and we have shoot. So what does it mean to go over something? Well, go over something can mean reading a book, going over a textbook, but going over something or going over someone usually refers to maybe jumping over someone or jumping over a mountain if you're 100 feet tall, or maybe an airplane flying over a mountaintop. Something that is going over or on top of an object and moving past it. So that is over. What is shoot? Shoot generally refers to rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, guns. So if we combine the two, over and shoot, we get overshoot. What does overshoot mean? It means to aim for a specific target, but unfortunately you miscalculate and you overshoot it. You shoot past it, completely missing your original trajectory or target. If I give an example of sports, let's say I'm a world-famous basketball star, LeBron James, Mobron James, and I'm going up to the hoop to shoot, and I have it perfectly set up in my mind, and I'm going to get that last score, that last point. Unfortunately, I accidentally put too much power into my shot, and the ball overshoots, and I completely miss. And the ball goes flying into the crowds, and my team loses. So that can be an example of overshoot in sports. Now let's turn to nuclear weapons. So what about nuclear weapons? How do you overshoot a nuclear weapon? So let's say I'm a famous dictator, I wonder who this is, with a huge array of nuclear missiles. And one day I decide, hey, I want to blow up South Korea. So I order my scientists to calculate and to shoot a South Korea-bound missile. Unfortunately, one of my scientists miscalculates, and the missile overshoots, and instead of landing on South Korea, it lands on Japan, completely obliterating it. What a tragedy. Do you see the sadness in my eyes? Alright, so that is overshoot. The next word on our list is archetype. Archetype simply means stereotype. So what is a stereotype? A stereotype is a very typical example of a certain person or a thing. So if I give an example of horror, the genre of horror. So I am a bookworm. I like to read a lot of books, and one of my favorite horror stories is Dracula. You know, the blood-sucking, lady-killing vampire. So Dracula. Dracula, the novel, can be considered the archetype of horror stories. What does that mean? It is a very stereotypical horror book because it has an evil evil monster type of guy. It has the main protagonist who has to try and battle this crazy monster, and they go through many clashes, many fights, but in the end the protagonist comes out on top. And this is generally the whole story arc or the storyline of most horror novels, horror films, horror stories. So we have the monster, we have the hero, and go back and forth, and then the hero comes out on top in the end. So, stereotypical scary story. Another example of an archetype can be, this is also quite similar, but in mythology we have the stereotypical good versus evil storyline. So what do I mean? I am a fan of Greek mythology, so have you ever heard the tale of the Iliad? The Iliad, it stars Odysseus, this courageous, brave warrior who slays all of his enemies in Troy or during the Trojan War, and he ventures home, or no, not he ventures home, he takes his ship back home to see his beloved family. Unfortunately, because of a curse that was put onto him by the god Poseidon, he faces many obstacles, and there are many clashes of him, the good guy, versus the evil, the bad. And this can be this can be an archetype of mythology stories because it portrays good versus evil. So, stereotype, archetype, synonyms. The third word on our list is, excuse my voice, hawkish. So what is hawkish, you say? Hawkish can be used in two different scenarios. One, I think all of you guys are going to like this one. Hawkish can be used as an insult or to describe someone. So, have you ever met someone on the subway that looks like this? Wow, that was quite ugly, I am sorry. But have you ever met someone with incredibly sharp, almost bird-like features? That can be considered hawkish, and you can use that as an insult if you have a very hawkish or bird-like looking friend. Why do you look so hawkish? Stop talking to me, sir. So that can be used as an insult. And the number two scenario that hawkish can be used in is for policies, specifically relating to foreign affairs or different countries. So, for example, Donald Trump's administration was very hawkish with policies relating to Mexico because Donald Trump hated all of these illegal immigrants coming to his country and ruining it. So hawkish is quite strict and very trying to block out policies that they don't like or people that they don't like. Very strict. Hawkish. And let's move on to the last and final word of today's videos. Video. The last word is precede. What does precede mean? Once again, let us separate the word into two. We have pre, we have seed. So let's focus on the first part of the word, pre. What does pre mean? Pre-workout, premarital, pre-bedtime, preparation. There are many examples. There are hundreds and hundreds of vocabularies that start with pre. And pre means to come before, or to come before, to be before something. So what does it mean in the context of precede? So precede means to come before something in time. So, for example, let's say Mo was walking down the street. Today is a good day. I'm going to say hello to all of my students and etc. And all of a sudden, my instincts tell me to look next to me, and I look right, and I see this lady, and she is going to grab a cup of coffee, but I'm at the coffee shop as well. But because I'm a gentleman, I allow her to precede me. So she goes in first, and I go in second. So I let her precede me. I go in behind her because I am a gentleman. So that can be an example of precede. Another example of precede for all of you political fans out there can be, another example sentence can be, I'm going to use Donald Trump again. So the administration that preceded Donald Trump's administration was almost polar opposite. So what does that mean? The administration that came before Donald Trump became president, before Donald Trump became president, was completely different from Trump's administration. So that would be the Obama administration. They are completely different. It's almost like they're from different generations. That's how different they are. So the administration that preceded Trump's was quite different. And that is all of the vocabulary that I want to cover for today's video. So once again, recap. We started with Overshoot, second, Archetype, third, Hawkish, and last but not least, Precede. So Overshoot means to aim at something but miss it, to go over something. Archetype means stereotype. Hawkish means or very strict policies relating to foreign affairs. And last but not least, precede means to come before something. So that's a wrap for today's videos, everybody. I hope you all were entertained, and I hope you all took away something from this video, this mini 10-minute lecture. So please rewatch all of our videos once again, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos. And I shall see you all in the next one.